conversation is the main thing. When you start, you got the scriptures. As Peter said, we got to do the scriptures. We got to do, there's a Magnificat book, there's Rosary, there's Novenas, there's all kinds of things, but you got to start out and just get a prayer life, just conversation and talk with God. Some of you guys might say, man, Coach, I'm going to do that. I'm on 30, 40 minutes. No, you're not. But about 10 minutes max, guys. Just start at 5, 10 minutes. If some of you guys are already praying, kick it up a notch. But start a prayer life. Make sense, guys? You got to have the prayer life or we're in trouble. The second thing is run away from temptation, run towards Jesus. Temptation stops 15 minutes after you're in the grave. Get that one? The devil never stops. He's tempting all the time. In fact, if you look at Luke 4, 1 to 13, that's the temptation of Jesus. Familiar with that? To paraphrase a little bit, Jesus went out into the desert, right? With the devil. Was he alone out there? No. Who was with him?
God.
Who? Don't be afraid, God. Holy Spirit was with him. He wasn't out there. So the devil took him out in the desert for 40 days. Did he tempt him the first day? 15th day? 30th day? When did he tempt him? The last day, when he was tired, hungry, that whole thing. He knew it. See, he tempted him, and he knew that he was God. He quoted scriptures, and he did all that thing. And what happened? He failed. But before, it was interesting. Read the last line in that reading. You know what he says? The devil says, I'll be back at a more opportune time. Guys, who do we think we are that the devil's not going to tempt us? Not sometimes. Every day. Every single day he's after us. And man, the devil has all kinds of tactics. He doesn't run around like with a pitchfork, a tail, and some horns. He's not obvious. He's cunning. He's baffling. He's a no good, rotten. I gotta stop that. He will do whatever. He uses tactics that are deceiving. He has patience. He'll wait 10, 15, 20 years. And to get his foot in the door. That's all he wants. And he uses various tactics that try to get us obstacles that we talk about, that he'll use. Devices, tricks. Let's look at some. What about pride? Let's think, remember we're reflecting together. Pride, we talked about even abortion, that's nothing but pride. It's my choice. No, it's not your choice. It's Christ's choice. It's the Lord's choice, not us. But if you look at it, I don't need God. See, as I see in this country, one of the things that bothers me the most is two. One is indifference. The second is academic arrogance. That I know more than anybody else. That I don't need God. That's the root. When of all sin is right there. I don't need God. I don't fear God. I don't need it. I also sin that's not sin. As the Pope said earlier, we can't distinguish between the good and the evil out here. What about other obstacles like lust? We talked about pornography. Think about just the pornography. And the devil's so tricky. Guys, I'll find myself, maybe you have done this before, I'm walking to communion. Now the furthest thing from my mind is that lady's rear end. Right. But there I am looking. I didn't do that. But I immediately have to go away. I have to turn. I go to, whenever I get impure thoughts, when they come to me, guys, I go immediately to Mary. You have to run away from temptation, run towards Jesus, run towards that way, not towards the negative thing that the devil will with pornography, Peter says, quietly, the next thing you're looking at it, and looking at it, and then it shows you something else. And then deeper, it's starting to get into marriages, it's destroying it, because as you look at some woman and what they're doing on there, you lose respect for your wife, and she loses respect for you.